Petty Officer Dana Reyes walked into the marble lobby in her dress blues, and the hotel's owner looked her up and down like she was lost staff. "Deliveries go around back," he said, loud enough for the gathered press to laugh. Dana just smiled and took her seat in the back row. 6 months earlier, this same man, Grant Ashworth, had stood on a capsized fishing boat off the Alaskan coast, screaming into a radio while 40-foot swells swallowed his yacht's escort vessel. Dana was the rescue swimmer who jumped from a Coast Guard helicopter into that black water, pulled him out of a life raft that was seconds from flipping, and got him breathing again on the deck of a cutter. He never saw her face under the helmet. He never asked her name. He just wrote a check to the Coast Guard Foundation and told reporters he'd fought through the storm himself. Today he was opening his flagship hotel, built partly on the publicity from that rescue story, and he'd invited a few token military folks for optics, never checking who they actually were. Midway through his speech about resilience and self-made success, the ballroom screens flickered. Grant's own PR team had cut together a highlight reel of his survival story for the crowd, and buried in the archived Coast Guard footage was a helmet cam clip nobody had scrubbed. It showed a swimmer diving into churning water, hauling a limp, panicking man onto a raft, shielding him from a wave with her own body. The caption on screen read, "Rescue Swimmer, Petty Officer D. Reyes, Sector Juno." Guests turned toward the back row. Dana didn't move. Grant laughed it off, joking that the ocean's a great equalizer, until a Coast Guard captain in the crowd stood and asked him directly whether he recognized the swimmer in his own hotel's promotional video. Grant's smile cracked. Dana finally stood, walked to the stage mic without asking permission, and said only, "You didn't fight through that storm, sir. You were unconscious for 4 of the 11 minutes I had you." She pulled a folded mission log from her jacket, the same log that listed extraction time, sea state, and the exact moment his vitals flatlined before she restarted his breathing on that raft. She read the timestamp aloud, then handed it to the captain instead of Grant. By the next morning, the Coast Guard Foundation had pulled its endorsement of his opening. 3 sponsors quietly withdrew their event support, and reporters who'd laughed at "deliveries go around back" were now running headlines about the woman who saved the man mocking her. Grant never apologized on stage. He didn't have to. The footage did it for him, replaying across every local news broadcast that week. Dana stayed only long enough to shake the captain's hand, then walked back out through the same lobby doors, still in her dress blues, past a man who now couldn't look up from the floor. If you think that mission log deserved a bigger spotlight than his speech ever did, drop a comment and tell me what you'd have said in that ballroom.